anything is possible.
If you try and be patient, it pays off while you're waiting. The seeds you water will grow, the rest will follow. Cause this life's what you make it, and some rules are for breaking. Destiny will play its role, you know. What's meant to be will be, even when it's not easy. Live your life free, no boundaries, even when it's not easy. If you give love, you get love. If you give up, you get nothing. Can't you see? If you just believe anything's possible, don't rush too much. When it gets rough, get tough, sing with me. Through everything, anything is possible. Doesn't always make sense why some things gotta happen. Fight through the rain, cause you know the sun will follow. If you practice persistence, somebody's gonna witness you're working hard and it shows, you know. What's meant to be will be, even when it's not easy. Live your life free, no boundaries, even when it's not easy. If you give love, you get love. If you give up, you get nothing. Can't you see? If you just believe anything's possible, don't rush too much. When it gets rough, get tough, sing with me. Through everything, anything is possible. Are you ready to go? I've waited for a long time. I must be out of my mind. Now I'm ready for this to start. When the lights go out, it's so dark. When the moment comes, we'll find the part. Are you ready to go? Are you ready to go? Are you ready to go?
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our May webinar for Gerber Scout Reservation. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Gerber Scout Reservation's May webinar. We're glad that you could join us tonight. I am Mary Steck. I am the camp director, and I will be sharing some information with you this evening about our upcoming camp sessions. Tonight, we're going to cover legendary camp service, camp check-in procedures, our weekly camp schedule, summer camp COVID procedures, planning for camp, making 2023 camp reservations, and then we'll take questions and answers. So a little housekeeping for the evening. All attendees are in listen-only mode. So if you have a question, please enter it in the chat feature. I will be monitoring that as we go along. Andrew Wright is going to be helping me with that, and we will get to your questions as they come up. As always, a recording of this and the slide deck will be posted to the website in the next couple of days. So, legendary camp service. This is our commitment to you as our customers and our campers. Our commitment is that we, the camp staff, are dedicated to providing our customers and guests a legendary Scout camp experience while participating in our life-changing year-round camp programs. We are committed to providing facilities, programs, services, and camp leadership that will consistently exceed the expectations of our customers and guests. Our Michigan Scout camps will be safe havens for experiencing the best of the adventures and values of the Boy Scouts of America. Our planning focus is that we will strive to plan an innovative program that meets the needs of all Scouts and one that will be provided by qualified and talented staff. We will work diligently to plan and implement a high-quality food service program. We will continue to upgrade and refresh our facilities, and we will engage you, our leaders, in our process and implementation. First on the agenda tonight is our check-in procedures. Check-in times, like last year, will be assigned beginning at 12 noon. We will check in 2 units for each half-hour time slot. Check-in tents will be located in the parking lot at the entrance to each campsite road. We did that last year, so if your campsite is down the Star Path, you will check in at that entrance to that road. And we start at the back with the campsites that are the farthest away, and we'll schedule units for half-hour time slots till we get to the front of camp. We ask that all participants are present at your check-in time. 1 vehicle attached to your trailer can drive to your site and remain in your campsite for the week. At check-in, we ask that each unit have ready a roster of all participants, which we will collect, a binder or a folder with youth and adult forms in alphabetical order. That's health forms, parts A, B, and C, your signed waivers, your DHS forms for adults. They can be stapled right to the health forms. Early arrival is possible on Saturday or Sunday morning, and arrangements should be made with myself, the camp director. We do not provide meals until Sunday evening. If you would like a specific check-in time, also please contact me. I realize that some people come quite a distance and might prefer to have a later time. We can certainly accommodate that. Swim checks, if needed, are available throughout the afternoon. We ask that you get into your site and get set up and head on down to the waterfront as soon as possible so that we get through that before the evening meal. Summer camp COVID procedures. There's been a lot of questions about this, and we have some answers for you this evening. The best way to prevent the spread of COVID is to keep the virus from getting into the camp program in the first place. If an attendee in your unit presents with COVID symptoms prior to your departure from camp, you should have that individual stay home from camp. Camps will not be utilizing or collecting pre-camp screenings for the 22 camping season. That's the 14-day form that you did last year. We will not be using those this year. Testing resources and locations can be found at www.michigan.gov/coronavirus-test. All summer camp participants are strongly encouraged to be vaccinated. Vaccination has proven incredibly effective as the leading public health prevention strategy. There's a website there to visit if you want to learn more about where you can get vaccinated against COVID-19. Masking. Masks will not be required while at camp. Unvaccinated participants are encouraged to wear masks while at camp. And if you want more guidance, you can visit the michigan.gov website and it will give you some more information about that. At camp hygiene, campers are encouraged to wash their hands often. When washing with soap and water is not an option, the use of alcohol-based sanitizer is encouraged. Every program area and key locations in camp will have hand sanitizer available for use. Each campsite will have some available as well. Camp provided hand washing stations are available near all dining hall facilities, and we require the washing of hands prior to entering the dining facility. At Gerber, those are located at the back of the flag field as you come in. Please go through that area, wash your hands, and make sure that all of your youth are washing their hands. Campers that take part in campsite or patrol cooking are strongly encouraged to require hand washing at the campsite prior to meals. For Gerber, that pertains to Wednesday night when you will cook in your campsites. Please utilize the hand washing in your campsite to make sure that they have clean hands. Camp will utilize approved disinfectants in all program areas. Campers may be asked to wipe down their area or their equipment prior to leaving an activity session. Camp will sanitize public showers and toilet facilities multiple times per day. Required documents. Camper forms, and Andrew has posted some links in the chat for you to look at while we talk about this. Each camper will need to have the youth member release and waiver of liability form. Adults will also need their adult member release and waiver of liability form. If you are over 60 or if you have a chronic medical condition, you will need the supplemental medical permission form. All campers are required to have the annual health and medical record parts A, B, and C. Part C requires a doctor's signature, and so it's time, if you haven't already done that, to make those appointments. Unit forms. The summer camp unit checklist, that is something that lists all of the folks that are in your camp, and we need to have that when you check in. We will be taking temperatures at check-in on that form. The unit commitment to transport form. That is the form that you fill out, if you remember from last year, where you guarantee that you will have a way to transport youth who become ill from camp to their homes. The unit will keep the release and the waiver forms and the supplemental medical waivers in a binder in their campsite. All other forms will be turned in at check-in. Those forms are all available on the Michigan.Scouting website, as well as at the links that Andrew just posted in the chat.
Mary, I've also posted those on the attachments tab on your registration. So if they go to their unit registration for summer camp, they'll be available under that attachments heading.
Thanks, Andrew. And just a question on that. I had a question today from a unit leader who was looking for the dietary restriction form. Is that also located on their registration tab?
We no longer use the dietary restriction form. Dietary restrictions are now required to be collected as part of the Black Pug registration system. And then in addition to that, we've asked that all units contact us at least 2 weeks prior to their arrival to discuss those dietary restrictions that are listed on their registration.
Thanks, Andrew. So if they fill out that as part of their registration for each youth, we will have all the information that we need. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Chris, you can move to the next slide. We're going to talk a little bit about our weekly camp schedule. This is a copy of a daily schedule. It applies to most days. As usual, there are just a little few tweaks here and there. The general day is 8 o'clock breakfast at Centennial Dining Hall. From 9 until noon, we offer merit badge classes. 12 until 1 is an open lunch service at Centennial Dining Hall. That is new this year in that it is an open service time. We will serve lunch from 12 until 1. You do not need to line up and be dismissed to the dining hall. You can come as a unit. You can send your youth in their buddy pairs. However you'd like, we will serve continuously from 12 until 1. And you can come at any point during that you would like. 1 until 2 is the usual quiet time. in your campsite. It's a good time to look and review skills that they may have been working on in their merit badge classes or at Eagle Quest. Just good time to spend with your scouts learning what they're doing for their day. 2 until 5 p.m. is again merit badge classes. 5:45 is the flag retirement ceremony, and that is on the flag field. We ask that you line up in your field uniforms by unit, and we will do that ceremony together. 6 p.m. is dinner, Centennial Dining Hall. Wednesday is the exception to that. Your evening dinner will be cooked patrol style in your campsites. We will provide everything you need for that dinner, and there will be a time that your troop can come in and pick up those supplies from the kitchen. 7 till 9 each night is evening program, and that's an open program time in the different program areas on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Wednesday is slightly different in that there's a different focus to what those programs will be, but it is open program. You can attend and move around camp as you wish. Some additional things to that you need to note. Sunday evening, we have our opening fire bowl. This will be a great time for you to get introduced to all of our staff on our different program areas, but also a time for your youth to watch how a fire bowl is conducted. What is a skit? What is a song? What do those look like? We will follow that with an ice cream social under the main pavilion that is open to everyone. Wednesday night, as I said before, dinner is cooked in our campsites. Thursday, and this is finally the information that a lot of you have been waiting for, OA call out ceremony at 7 p.m. on Thursday. That's a change from previous years. Participating units will be dismissed from the dining hall at the completion of dinner. So if your unit chooses to participate in that OA call out ceremony, we'll dismiss from the dining hall. You will be then led by the OA ceremonialist to the fire bowl for that call out ceremony. On Friday, those OA ordeal participants will be doing their ordeal service projects. It is followed by their induction at 4 p.m. Friday is also family night. It begins in the afternoon. Your families can come anytime after lunch and visit camp, tour the camp, look at the different program areas. Friday night's dinner is our flip and chicken barbecue picnic. Families can purchase dinner tickets in advance. They are $10 for adults, $5 for young children. They can make that arrangement through you so we know how many people are coming and how much food we need. They can pay when they arrive at camp. Friday night closing fire bowl is our unit participation fire bowl. That's why Sunday is so important. So your units will have the opportunity to be the presenters in a fire bowl. They can choose a skit, they can choose a song. They'll go over that with our program director to make sure that it meets the guide to safe scouting, and they will get to put on our closing fire bowl. So we have a question from Bill. Are there no longer open program areas from 4 to 5? No, they are not. Our merit badge classes have been extended. They're longer so that we can better teach the skills that need to be taught. And as a result, we have 2 hours each day of open program in the evening after dinner. Next slide, Chris. So we're going to look at the last little bit of preparing and planning for camp. The ideal timeline, it says continued. We've talked about this every month. So during the month of May, confirm transportation arrangements to and from camp. What is the departure place and time? Who is going to drive? How are you going to get all of your youth to camp? Again, keep in mind that we need everyone in your unit to arrive at the same time so that we can check you in and get you back to your campsite. We schedule those times purposely in a half-hour block, which allows you to get there without having to deal with a lot of traffic and congestion in the parking lot. Make sure you collect youth protection training forms, proof of BSA membership, and your DHS clearance letters from all of your adults attending camp. The DHS forms can be stapled directly to their health forms. It's an easy way to keep track of them. If you're an out-of-council unit, you need a copy of your council's accident insurance. Two weeks prior to coming to camp, your SPL and your scribe should complete your camp roster sheet. You should confirm all of your transportation arrangements, inventory all of your unit equipment, set up and inspect your tents. This one's really important. We do not provide tents this year at Gerber. You will bring your own and you want to make sure they're in good condition. We do have tents, some dome tents set aside if you run into a problem, or if you have a family that does not have a tent, please let me know and we can make arrangements to borrow or loan you one for their use. Make sure that all required paperwork is organized and ready for transport. Our health officers have asked that you please put that paperwork in a binder in alphabetical order by youth and then by adults. It will make your check-in process so much easier. If you have special dietary needs, please call the camp to confirm those things. You can call me, you can email me. I know I've already spoken to some parents who are wanting to make sure that we can meet those needs. Prerequisite slips signed by unit leadership or a merit badge counselor. That's for those merit badge classes that have prerequisites that have to be taken care of. Making 2023 reservations. I know that seems like we're planning way ahead, but it's a pretty important thing to do. Go ahead, Chris. So units that are at camp get priority on the same session, same campsite for the following year. If you wish to take advantage of this, you must utilize the Site Saver feature on the 22 reservation or go to the camp office for some assistance. We'd be happy to help you with that. A $200 deposit is due at the time of the reservation. This deposit is non-refundable. And priority reservations must be made by 5 p.m. the Wednesday that your unit is at camp. Units wishing to move sessions or camps, or units that went out of council for the 2022 camping season will need to follow the steps below. Log into the 2023 reservation site of the camp you would like to attend. Select the session you would like to attend. Sessions go live the same session at 8 a.m. on Friday, as in session 3 for 2023 will be available to reserve at 8 a.m. on Friday during session 3 in 2022. Make a $200 deposit at the time of reservation. This deposit is non-refundable. Camp availability is on a first come, first served basis. Camp dates for 2023. We are going to do basically the same thing we have done this year. We are taking the 4 full weeks in July as our Scouts BSA weeks of summer camp. The dates for 2023 are on the screen, but again, they are the 4 full weeks in July. Year-round programs. We run year-round program at Gerber. We're pretty busy. We have things going every month of the year, and I'm going to share some of those things with you for the fall. In August, this is new. We've not done this before, and we're really excited. We are going to be offering Small Boat Sailing Merit Badge Weekend. It is a weekend, August 19th through the 21st, and youth that participate will earn the Small Boat Sailing Merit Badge, and they will spend the whole weekend on the water doing all things sailing. August 27 is a Scoutmaster Shoot. It's a competition. It is designed for adults in teams of 4, and it is a competition using obviously shotguns, but also rifle and archery with a very cool dinner to follow and awards. This is to help us raise some money to support our shooting program at Gerber. We would love to have teams of 4. You do not need to be a registered scout to be a member of the team. September 9 through 11 will again be our Citizenship Merit Badge Weekend. We offer all 3 citizenship merit badges that weekend. There are obviously prerequisites that need to be completed, but it's a very unique weekend of experience and exposure to the youth that participate. We divide into 2 sessions during the weekend, and they will actually participate in a school board meeting. They will participate in a mini United Nations. So they will be actively doing a lot of the things that are required for the merit badge. We will conclude that weekend this year at the LST in Muskegon as part of the 9/11 Scout Salute. We did that last year as well. At that, they will get to have lunch with and spend time talking to elected officials at a local, state, and hopefully more. But we will have several of those individuals there to meet with them and talk with them. And they will also participate then in the Scout Salute, which is a pretty moving experience. The kids that did it last year were pretty happy with their weekend. September 24 is our fall signature event. September 30th through October 2nd is our Wilderness Experience Merit Badge. That is the Wilderness Survival Merit Badge, and we spend that out in the backwoods at Gerber, learning all things about wilderness survival. October 21 to 23, I am very happy to tell you, is our STEM Punk weekend. Think steampunk, but STEM based. It's Outing for Scouting 7, and we're very excited to have that back at Gerber again. It's a whole camp experience for Cub Scouts, Scouts BSA, venturing, and above families. It's a great weekend of a whole lot of cool things. The team there has plans for a lot of STEM activities, a hot air balloon, a very large sailboat, and many, many more activities. If you check out on the website, the flyer will give you a list of the things that you could be doing. October 29th is a Cub Scout family event. Obviously, we're pretty close to Halloween, so we might have some themes there that match the Halloween weekend. In addition, Shooting Sports Merit Badge Days occur in August. That will be rifle and archery. October is shotgun and archery. November is, again, rifle and archery. And we have 3 Cub Scout family camps scheduled on 3 weekends, one in August, one in September, and one in October. So as you can see, there's a whole lot of things going on. You need to keep an eye on that calendar and see once where we're going. Just a quick little note from Chris. We are not doing Citizenship and Society on that merit badge weekend. That is a different merit badge. It's a different type of merit badge. It requires a different type of instruction. We will be doing Community, Nation, and World. There's a question about campsites. I had an email about that today. I will notify units that are signed up of their campsite assignment and their check-in time on June 1st. That will be when that is finalized. We are still having a few units sign up, and I don't want to make those calls until we have everybody in place. Next slide, please. Gerber Scout Reservation, new for 2022. So, and Chris may have to jump in here and talk a little bit about this, or Andrew. We are introducing a new app for your phone. It's a leader-focused camp app. It's available for Android and iPhone. You can download it for free from the Google Play Store or the App Store after June 1st. It's going to feature really cool things like the daily schedule, the menu, maps of the camp, a weather widget so you know what's going to be happening in the way of weather. There's a feedback form, a contact so you know how to get hold of the camp leadership, and there are some push notifications. We're really excited that this is something we're going to try, and my hope is that we have enough service at Gerber to make this happen for a lot of people. Chris, Andrew, would you like to say anything about this?
Sure, I can jump in real quick. We have a couple of other slides too to share with you. So, you know, lots of the information obviously will be static. You know, the leader's guide, that kind of thing. We're not going to change that in the middle of camp. But it does give you the ability, if you're in a location where you do have service, to actually just download that to your phone so that you have it with you, rather than, you know, trying to download it when you may not have good service or whatever. So it's not going to be real data heavy from that perspective. You know, there are only a few things that you know, are kind of real time, the weather widget, and then obviously any push notifications. We're putting together some material right now that we'll be sending out to folks, kind of an overview of the app, some of the features, and then some of the things that you'll want to do before you get to camp and then when you get to camp. So let me, if I can, I'll share a couple of, so this is kind of what it looks like, right? You have your the main menu, leader's guide. If you click on the schedules, you'll see kind of on the second image there, it will bring up the daily schedule for those particular things. So if you click on any one game night, for example, you're going to kind of get a description of what that is, maybe where it is if they provided us the location, but just a little bit more detail about that specific activity or special event that might be happening at camp. You're going to see the menu, and obviously, you know, due to supply chain issues, we may have to update that, but you'll be able to do that. Maps of the camp, both how to get to camp, and then once you're at camp, the actual map of the camp. I mentioned the weather widget. That's real time, so you'll be able to see the forecast, what the current temperature is, and then obviously if there's any weather alerts, you'll receive those as well. Camp contacts. So if you clicked on this one, for example, if there was an emergency and you needed to contact the camp director or the health officer, you could do that through your phone just by hitting it and dialing the number that's in there. So you don't have to scramble to look for it or try to find it somewhere. There is some other websites and documents, also some feedback. So if there's some feedback that you want to provide the camp, hey, it was we had a great staff member who helped us in, shooting sports or whatever, you can just drop that in the feedback form and that goes to the camp director. Likewise, if you have an issue, that might need attention, you can certainly put that in the feedback. Doesn't mean they're going to get to it right away, depending on, the issue. If it's just, something minor, they will put that on their work list. And when Mary meets with the Rangers and that kind of thing. And then in the profile, which is really kind of on the third screen, is you'll be able to turn notifications off. Obviously, you'll want to do that until you get to camp, because we'll be sending push notifications. And if you're in camp week 3, you're going to be getting those push notifications for the folks that are in camp week 1, which may not pertain to you. So if you download this prior to camp, turn that notifications off. And then when you arrive at camp, you'll want to turn those notifications on. And, again, the nice thing about this particular app that we've built for all of the camps, this one shows Cole, but there's one for each camp in the Michigan Crossroads Council, is that, you don't have to, anytime there's an update, you don't have to go and re-download the app or whatever. Again, a lot of the material is pretty static. So happy to take any questions about the app, if anybody has any in there. Again, this is leader focused. Primarily and really, I will say we had a volunteer on our marketing and communications committee who's a scoutmaster for a female girl troop, has been to camp and has built all of these, and really, I think, done a phenomenal job, and really built it based on a leader and what are the types of things that a leader would want while they're in camp, on a device, as opposed to a bunch of printed paper that grape juice gets spilled on and that kind of stuff. So.
And Chris, do you mind if I make a few comments?
Sure, go ahead, Sean.
I'm Sean Henneman, Chief Program Officer. I see who's on the call, and I think I know most of you. But in any event, I did sit on the committee to build this. And anybody that knows me know it wouldn't have been for my technical expertise, but it was just to, what do we need at camp? What would a leader that need? And I think the marketing team and communications team has done a great job of building something that is very easy and efficient and will help you navigate through camp. I just think this will be a great tool. I've attended a lot of leader meetings at the camps last year, and I think this addresses, some of the constructive criticism we had on communications and not knowing about things. And Mary, I expect a push notice every day that we have slushies on sale at the trading post, you know, like at 3 o'clock. But
Absolutely.
I think this is going to be an incredible feature. So, Chris, thanks to the marketing team. And I think everybody on this call knows Christy Phillips. She was really involved in this. So if you were at the MAC Rendezvous or involved, you know how great she is. So thanks, everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks, Chris and team, because I'm really excited to have this at Gerber. It solves, you know, we're out in the woods and there's nothing like pieces of paper tacked on bulletin boards and a checklist in the office where you need to say, hey, I ran out of, you know, paper towels. This is gonna just be a wonderful way to communicate with people all week long.
yeah. And Sean mentioned, this is Chris again. Sean mentioned that, you know, the push notifications, and we're not going to try to overdo it. We do want to make sure that we use it as an effective communication tool, you know, primarily for, you know, emergencies or weather related or schedule changes or whatever. So Mary doesn't have to send runners all over the place or post stuff up on bulletin boards all over the place. So, so we'll try to use that, and we'll probably have some fun with it too.
So Chris, is the chief communications officer telling me I can't promote slushies?
No, I didn't say that. No.
Just
But I just don't want people to think we're going to be putting something out every hour. You know, that's not the intent of it. But.
Anyone who was at MAC Rendezvous knows that we used this and it was very effective, and a great way to keep track of what was going on and what was happening, you know, in real time that we needed to know about. So,
and we looked at, to be honest with folks, we looked at other platforms, you know, existing ones, one that they used for the MAC Rendezvous, and you know, there were a lot of plus and minuses, and we went with the direction of building our own, and this is what you see.
thanks, Chris and Sean.
Yep. Are we going to utilize for year-round? Yes. So the other, Andrew posted a question in here. You know, obviously we want to get through summer camp with it, make sure we work all the bugs out. But the idea with this is that it would also be a year-round. You know, it may change a little bit, not kind of the infrastructure or interface, any of that won't change much, but some of the content might, right? So it might be, you know, for weekend events, that type of thing. You know, Mary mentioned a lot of year-round programming, you know, encouraging people to download the app when they come to camp for that weekend. And then we can send push notifications to them about, hey, you know, this great event's coming up next month or 2 months from now. Be sure to sign up. Here's the link. Again, just as another way to communicate to folks. So yes, the objective is to kind of spin it to a year-round after summer camp is over. Again, there may be some changes of the content, but kind of the look and feel will remain the same. Any other questions about the camp app? Okay.
Thanks, Chris. Go to the next slide. Question and answer. The one question that I see in the chat that I have not answered is there a camp theme? There is not a camp theme in the sense that it's not going to be cowboys or it's not going to be, you know, like last year we had an Olympics theme. But I will tell you that we do have a special trading card type theme going on, especially as it relates to evening program. All scouts and adults will be issued a set of program cards, and as they go through the evening program and get stamps or signatures at the different areas and complete different things, they will be earning points that will be able to be redeemed for some good old Gerber merchandise in the trading post. That also includes some special challenge cards. Each of the areas and just some other general areas will have some challenges. For example, if you were at Gerber last year, you know that the climbing tower had the El Capitan challenge. They're going to repeat that this year. And that's a challenge card that will keep track of how many times you have climbed the climbing tower until you equal the number of feet of climbing El Capitan. The waterfront is going to have a similar card, and it has to do with swimming the Mighty Mac. That's a 4-mile swim. We can tell you exactly how many times you must go around the swim test area in order to complete that. You can really boost that by doing the mile swim, obviously. But each program, our marksmanship program at the rifle range is going to be included. There will be 9 different challenge cards that you can complete or that you can participate in. One especially for leaders. It's going to spend an hour helping out in each program area on camp. Jill Tenbrink, our trading post manager, has asked for a special service challenge card. So there will be some opportunities to perform some service and earn some points there. We're working on some special things in the trading post that are more of a collectible nature. Nothing, outstanding. We're not giving away hoodies or anything, but we're going to have some recognition for those who complete those different challenges and earn points. So that will be something you can look forward to when you get to camp. We have devised a way of keeping track of them for each person so they don't get lost over the course of the week. So we'll find out more about that when you get to camp on Sunday night. Are there any other questions for the night? Again, know that the recording of this and the slide deck will be on the website within the next few days. I know that a lot of troops have Tuesday night meetings, but please share with those you talk to. Let them know that they can go to the website and see and hear everything that we talked about this evening. And if there aren't any more questions, I'm going to thank you for your attendance and thank you for everything that you do for scouting and everything that you continue to do for scouting. And I am excited for summer camp and happy to see you when you get there.